Hello guys, and welcome back to the Queendom Mentality YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be a really fun one. It is definitely something that I highly recommend that you get onto ASAP so that you can do your own. In today's video, I am going to be sharing with you how to create a vision board on your computer that you can set as number one, your desktop background, and number two, your mobile phone wallpaper. This is something that I use, and it is a really good place to have a vision board in these really high traffic areas. Not just your traditional cut and paste onto a bit of cardboard vision board, but also in a place that you're going to be looking at it multiple times in the day, such as on the background of your computer or on your mobile phone. On average, we touch our phone tens, if not hundreds of times a day, and so it's a really good place to have your vision board in your line of sight on your mobile phone to keep reminding you exactly what you're working for and working towards. I know that it helps me really keep my eyes on the prize. Every time I look at it, it really revs me up and gets me going. And so without further ado, here is the video on how to make your own mobile phone and desktop background vision board. Let's get into it.
So for today's vision board, we're going to be going to canva.com, and Canva is a really cool kind of customizable website where you can create your own custom designs, and it has a few different templates and things like that. So we're going to go create a design, and then 1920 by 1080 pixels, and this is going to be for your computer background. Next, we're going to click uploads, and that'll basically take you through to the file that you would have saved all of your pictures on. And so these are some pictures that I'm going to be using for mine that I found on Pinterest and Google Images. So go ahead and select them all. And then you basically want to open them up into the upload tab on Canva. So as you can see, now they're loading into the upload tab. And you can tell that the uploads are still happening because on the side there where I'm showing you now, there's a little watermark that will show you basically when the uploads are completed and a little bar on each picture. Then you want to click on the Elements tab, and in the search bar, you want to type in grid. And this is basically going to be the bare bones of the vision board. As you can see, there are so many different options, just depending on how many pictures that you are using. I like to choose about 9. You don't want too many, but you don't want to have too little either. So for example, you could try these little railroad track style ones, and I'm just going to show you kind of what that looks like. But I'm actually going to choose this one today because my pictures will fit better into this one. So I'm literally going to go ahead and just click and drag each image into the grid. And as you can see, by double clicking on each individual image in the grid, you can actually move it around and kind of frame it a little bit better. But you want to go ahead and basically put all of your vision board images into the grid, and have a little play around with it and make sure the positioning of all the photos is the way that you want it and everything is framed nicely. It's a really cool kind of feature where you double click the photo and kind of adjust it around, and then you want to click done up in the top left corner, as you can see. So essentially I'm going to go through and put all of my photos into the grid here. And it's really nice that it kind of compartmentalizes and segments the photos for you, so you kind of don't have to worry about framing everything. It's all there and done for you. All you basically need to do is click and drag, and it kind of frames it all and puts it all together in a really nice and well laid out vision board. So this is the vision board that I'm actually using at the moment, and it's been really inspiring. I have it on my phone and my desktop, and I'm loving the images that I chose. Again, they're just from Pinterest and Google image search, just saved them onto my computer desktop and uploaded them from there. So putting in the last picture there of the house that I'm trying to manifest. Next, you want to go onto the text tab, and essentially you have all these text templates now that you can kind of click and drag and change the wording. I really like the way that the cheers looks on this, so I decided to use this one here, and I'm going to change the wording of that one to kind of reflect more of what I want the vision board to be about. And so you can see you can change the sizing of the letters, kind of move it around a little bit, change the color if you want. I chose a kind of a white color because a lot of the photos that I chose, especially the photo of the house there in the top, is a little bit darker, so I wanted it to stand out a little bit more. But essentially you just want to play around with it, clicking and dragging until it looks like it's in a really good position and something that you can look at and it's front and center. If you're going to be using words, I like to use words in the present tense. Don't get too crazy with the words because you want the visual to be the main aspect of it. But saying something like I've written, which is cheers to my inevitable success, something that really revs you up and something that really makes you inspired whenever you look at it, is a really good idea. Using gratitude, things like thank you for all of this, or something like that also really helps. Just make sure it's in the present tense. So next you want to click on download. You want to keep the file type as PNG and the size should be the 1 ratio. And then all you want to do is click download. And just like that, it will load up and it will essentially download it to your downloads folder on your computer. And I'm just going to open it up and show you guys now what my final product looks like. So you can see the pictures all there. Cheers to my inevitable success. I'm just going to go ahead and save that to my desktop. And then from my desktop, I can actually open it and set as desktop background. And as you can see in a second, it'll kind of pop up in place of the flower background that I have at the moment. And that is it. So that's the desktop background there. As you can see, it's all really nicely framed. To make a phone wallpaper, essentially you want to go up to resize, and I just Googled the dimensions for my particular iPhone, which is iPhone 7, which ended up being 750 by 1334 pixels. You want to go copy and size, and if you like to have a bit of a smaller wallpaper, you can most definitely have just this little strip, but you kind of will have a lot of white space at the top and underneath. So I just got rid of it and I'm just going to redo the grid all over again. So click on elements, type in grid, and then essentially you want to go and choose something that is going to be suitable for your iPhone background, which is this one for me. And all I'm going to do is go back to the uploads tab and click and drag the same photos into the grids there, resize them, reframe them. And as you can see, the cheers actually stayed from the original desktop background template because all I did was click resize. And so it kind of kept the same format, it kept the same wording and everything like that, which is really handy actually, because then you don't have to go doing everything all over again. You kind of just want to click and drag onto the new grid. And again, you really have to play around with how the grid is laid out because some of the pictures are going to be kind of more landscape than portrait, as you can see with the money magnet one here in the bottom corner. However, I just chose to reframe the words money magnet rather than seeing the whole I am a money magnet. I think that I'll still kind of get it and it will still be effective for me, but you definitely want to ensure that you're choosing pictures that are going to be suiting the framing of whatever grid you're going to be using, especially for an iPhone background. So as you can see with the Tesla as well, it doesn't really fit, but I kind of get the picture, if you know what I mean. And this is what it looks like full screen. So essentially you want to go back to the download tab in the top corner. You want to download it, keep it as PNG, and it will download to your downloads folder. And in a moment you can see what that will look like. Essentially, you want to then send it to yourself. I like to use a Dropbox link just so that I don't compromise the resolution. But the really cool thing about it is that it will be saved forever under your templates there. So this is the final product. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.